Hi, my name is Cara Hartley. I am involved with some of the IJR's initiatives, and I found Robin DiAngelo's work really affirming. I've read a little bit of her work, and so much of what she said here was just kind of re-establishing and building that foundation further. I did find some resistance in myself, and I'm glad that she preempted that at the beginning of the talk, because I think when white people engage in these kinds of things, even if they consider themselves progressive, there will be some resistance. Some, oh, this lady doesn't know my context, or no, she got that fact wrong, which is a defense mechanism, and it's helpful for her to name those. In fact, I think much of her work is about just bringing names to things that are unconscious, our defense mechanisms, our strategies for hiding. But I also realized that just giving them names, that's the first step, but that now you still have to grow through them. Just because you understand better what's going on inside you doesn't mean that you have necessarily overcome that. And I think that's the journey that we need to continue embarking on. IJR has given me the amazing opportunity of being part of a group of white people who talk about race together. And that's the kind of space where she also recommended tonight. We can continue to grapple with these things so that we can actually grow through them. The other thing that I found really striking tonight was that it seemed like there was a lot of energy coming out from the people of color in the room. There was a lot of appreciative murmurs and noises and affirmative things being said from the group, which shows us how necessary the kinds of ideas that Robin DiAngelo was sharing today, how necessary it is for her ideas to be shared. There's almost a liberation, an affirmation just in people of color hearing those things, and also for them having the words to name some of the things they experience every day. So that was really striking for me. I didn't realize how valuable almost it would be for the people of color in the room. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Terry Crawford Brown. I'm the country coordinator for South Africa for an global organization called World Beyond War. Do you want to start again?
Try one more time, just 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, and go for it.
I'm Terry Crawford Brown. I'm the country coordinator in South Africa for a global organization called World Beyond War. And I think it's been imperative to have this discussion this evening on white privilege, and particularly white male privilege, that whites really do not appreciate just how privileged we've been for the past several centuries. Through colonization, through dispossession of countries around the world of resources, which has provided huge wealth to the Northern Hemisphere, to the detriment of people in the Southern Hemisphere. That era is coming to an end, and hence the importance of bringing it home to privileged white people, and particularly white males, that a new era is dawning, and it's time for the whites to actually come to terms with that, and to realize that they have been privileged, but they also have an obligation to do something to balance the scales for the benefit of everyone. That there are huge opportunities, there are huge perils ahead of us in the decades and centuries ahead, including global warming, poverty issues, but so many of those issues could be addressed if we spent a fraction that we spend on war, if we spent in addressing those issues. Hence the idea of a world beyond war, where we reallocate those resources spent on war that are there essentially to uphold the privileged white male, that needs to be addressed in the cause of world peace.
My name is Avril Harding. I'm a former member of parliament. And the topic of tonight was extremely relevant in view of the level to which we have transformed as a nation. And when I speak or when I talk about transformation, I'm not just talking about a visceral and unobtrusive collective. I'm speaking about how we have, as white people, as people of color, how we have transformed each one individually. And I think tonight's topic on white fragility has once again just highlighted the extent to which we have not had the hard conversations about transformation in this country. And it speaks directly to our incomplete democratic development. The fact that we were riding on this rainbow nation concept, but it hasn't been properly unpacked. The different aspects of what it means and how we are supposed to interrelate to each other, how what some of us have to give up in favor of other race groups. Those hard conversations have never ever taken place. And tonight, again, as I said, highlighted the extent to which our transformation process is incomplete, and it speaks directly to our democratic development. It speaks to the gaps in government. It speaks to the fact that to service delivery. It speaks to our unequal society economically. I mean, South Africa is one of the most unequal societies in the world, and part of that part of that blame is to be laid in front of the door of an incomplete, thought through transformation process where we had the hard conversations directly. That is what we did not have, and that's why still in 2019 we are still grappling with those issues. Thank you.